Hello friends, Ben Ochart here. Thank you for tuning in. Today I want to cover with you the best products, my favorite products for fish keeping for 2022. Some of these products have been around longer than 2022, but I became aware of them and started using them in 2022. So without further ado, here are my favorite products that I've come across and have made a difference for me in fish keeping, and some products that you brought up in a survey that I conducted at the YouTube community page. So I'll bring those up at the end of the video after I cover the products that I selected. They're in no particular order. I think they're all good products. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So first off, I want to talk about a company called Heiger. Heiger has sent me some products to review in the past. Some of them got 5-star reviews, some didn't. And over time, I've come to appreciate a couple of their products in particular. One is their lights. They do make a good quality light. I've been using them for almost 2 years now without any issues. They run very cool. They provide a nice wide spectrum, and they're very slim in design. They're well built. They don't use a plug-in jack at the light fixture that can become corroded, which I really like. Aqua also makes a heavy-duty sturdy light, larger lights, but it's basically the Heiger company under the name Aqua. And they make a lithium battery pump that is fairly priced, and in the event of a power outage, like the kind we get here in Nashville when we get electrical storms, they're invaluable because they allow you to continue to get surface tension breakup, right? They allow you to continue to provide oxygen to your tank, which I think is what becomes the biggest problem in the event of a power outage. So a shout out to Heiger as one of the products that certainly has been around, I think, since certainly before 2022, but I sort of jumped in, and only after using them for some time did I become more of a believer in the Heiger line. And that would be in particular with their lights, both under the Heiger and the Aqua name, their lithium battery pumps that continue to run for up to 48 hours after a power outage, and also their heaters, which I've been very impressed with, especially the way that they flash and provide you with an alarm in the event that the water level should go below the safety level on the heater, and if you don't unplug them right away, they turn themselves off, and this will prevent a lot of problems for a lot of people. So first item on the list is Heiger. The next item is, I know that in 2021 I was promoting and I continue to use, and to some degree, by extension promote, the Expertmatic internal filters. Those are workhorses. They're great filters. I wish they came in black, but they don't. They come in white, but they do their job. You need to pull them out of the tank at least once a month, because those sponges are packed with detritus, because they are really pulling and absorbing from the aquarium. They're providing a lot of oxygen. They're providing a lot of surface breakup, and I've been happy with them. But then Shisei jumped in with both feet and took a product that was sort of a battleship, an internal filter that was called the Shark, and they replaced it with a line called the Shark Pro 500, 700, and 900. This is the Shark Pro 500 that I pulled out of an aquarium, and I'm going to be using in a different tank after some new fish arrive. Some of the changes they did, of course, is they went from a round design to this cube style, and they made everything magnetic, where everything on it is tied together with magnets instead of suction cups. This is much more effective for keeping the pump in place. The suction cups, even on the old Shark, were not that great. So these magnets do a much better job. And in the inner workings of it, there are also magnets being used, so that holds things together very, very effectively. Very easy to work on and pop open, very easy to get to the impeller if you need to work on the impeller, which is very important with any kind of filtration system. You have to be able to pull that impeller and keep it clean. So very easy access to the impeller, which is important. And also you can run a steady stream of bubbles or just water if you don't want to use this to break up the surface. You get good oxygen, and you can change the pressure, the amount of pressure up here, and you can also create a bit of a, pull this out here, by pulling the top up. You see this here? These holes up here? Now you can create a stream, like a shower, into the aquarium. So you can actually pull this out a little bit and have a nice little stream of water breaking the surface. And some folks like the sound of that. It certainly is great for adding oxygen to the water. So the Shark Pros. If I had one complaint I have about these filters is that when the bottom is, when you've been using them and the bottom is full of water, sometimes this can separate. This magnet could be a little bit stronger. Jay, if you're listening, this magnet could be a little stronger, because if you pull it out of the tank and you're holding it like this, the bottom will fall off and go crashing on the ground, and you will need to super glue the crack like I had to do. And that is my only complaint. And that might be just because I'm clumsy, so who knows. Otherwise, great little unit, and it runs like on nothing watts. It runs like on 5 or 6 watts, which is incredible. So you replace a filter that's running with 25 watts with one that's 5 watts. I mean, it's nothing. So with a small backup, a power backup in the event of a power outage, you could probably run, 10 of those for 5 hours with a small power backup. Okay, another product that's come up that I've become aware of and that I like a lot is this product from Fritz, and this is a glass and acrylic cleaner. So it's safe. It's safe on glass. It's safe on acrylic, which can get marked up or foggy very easily. And it is safe. It is non-toxic. It is glass and acrylic, LCD screens, silicone or rubber, reduces friction when using magnetic cleaners. So it's just a great product. So when you're running your magnetic cleaner, right, over the front of the glass, it's gonna go across more smoothly if you've treated the glass and cleaned it with this product. It's just my go-to now for cleaning glass and acrylic. I have all glass tanks. I have more acrylic tanks in California. I have all glass tanks now except for one small acrylic hospital tank. So great product. Another great product, this one from our friends over at the Aquarium CoOp, and again, it's probably been around for a while, but I became aware of it in 2022, and that is the Aquarium CoOp Easy Green, the Easy Green product. Anything which can take a complete plant novice like me, a plant killer basically is what I am, and have me with some living plants that are lasting more than a couple of weeks. Anything that can do that is a good thing. So, so Easy Green, one pump for every 10 gallons. I use it every time I do a water change. I'll give the tank a few pumps of Easy Green. Great product, highly recommended. And along the same lines, these Aquarium CoOp multi-test strips. Yes, the master kit. The master kit is it's like the go-to for folks that really want to dig in and get in there. And I have a master kit, but the truth is that it involves usually so much time and when you have this many tanks, it starts to get a little bit impractical unless there's something really going on that you really want to drill down and dig deep. So to really kind of keep in touch with the tanks, and again, anything that'll get a fish keeper to get a better focus, a better handle on what's going on, is a good thing. And these test strips are fast, and just a very quick way to find out what's the general status of the tank. And if you do need to dig deeper, you can always pull out that master, your API, freshwater master test kit, and dig a little deeper. But right on the surface, for a quick look, the Aquarium CoOp jumping into the test strip market. I love it because for a couple reasons. One, of course, I trust Corey. I don't think Corey's going to put the Aquarium CoOp name on something that they haven't tested. And having met Corey, having heard him speak at events, that's somebody that I trust, and so I trust these products. Another product that's come on very strong in the U.S. more recently, and you'd seen it before, but it was kind of like an exotic boutique item, and now you're seeing it more and more, and that is the Sarah line of products. You can see here's one of them, and I'm using some Sarah biomedia in the aquarium, and I'm feeding my fish Sarah mixed in with other fish foods that I use, like Pisces energetics, extreme, things of that nature. But Sarah has come onto the market very strong. You're even seeing them in the big chain stores. And after talking with some of the reps, after looking at the ingredients, and also seeing the results with my fish, this I think is a very, very good product, and one I'm glad. And I don't know, would you call fish food a product? Would you call test strips and glass cleaner, would you call those products? I guess you would. I mean, products normally I think of like a filter, right? A canister filter, a light fixtures. Those would be like products, I think. But these qualify. Now, certainly if I'm talking about Sarah, I've got to also talk about Extreme. This Extreme product, it's just amazing. This is called Community Crave. It's what I feed my community tank, and also some live bears that I just got, which just had babies, by the way. And I tell you, I was using other kinds of food, and they would watch it go by them, but when I put this in the tank, they go up to the top and they attack like piranha. So I know there's something good going on with that product. So those are the products that I have on my list. And let me just mention a few of the products that you folks brought up. This comment here was, let's see here. This comment was made by Gurvinder Parmar, who happens to be one of the moderators at my Saturday live stream, the Cichlids and Coffee live stream. It's cichlids, but we talk about everything, right? It's cichlids and coffee, but it should be everything aquariums and coffee, because we talk about everything. But GP says tank size will be the biggest factor change for most fish keepers. When I first moved from a 55 gallon to a 150, that was a huge step in the hobby. The next biggest change for me would be when I got a sump. That's the ultimate in filtration. So that's a comment from Gurvinder Parmar. And I hear you, GP. For me, certainly getting a 300 gallon, which you see behind me, this is a 300 gallon aquarium. Over here to my left, I have a 210. I have a 90 on my right, and an assortment of other tanks all around me. Getting into the 300 and 210, those were game changers, and they really open up the kinds of fish you can own. And also, believe it or not, they're a little bit more forgiving. They are easier to care for than a small tank that can react extremely, a mistake of some kind. A big tank can be forgiving, and also if you're using some filtration like I have on the two larger tanks, it's a game changer. It's a game changer. It's true, it is the king of filtration. So GP, thank you for that comment. And Jack Adair, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Jack Adair, Adair, A-D-A-I-R, Adair. Python water changer. It offers the biggest convenience and is basically essential for bigger tanks. Close second would be magnetic algae scrapers, again for convenience. I like both of those. The Python, I've said it before, it took me off of Bucket Brigade, and if I hadn't gotten one, I'd probably have a very bad back right now because I was getting a sore back from being on that Bucket Brigade. I use magnetic algae scrubbers on all of my tanks. It's a great way to get a touch-up done. After I'm done filling, I'm going to touch up the tank that I'm looking at directly in front of me because I see a little patch of brown algae. And so yeah, very much so. Oink Master Supreme Forever gravel vacuums of all sizes and lengths. So right along the same lines, gravel cleaning, gravel vacs, very, very important. Andrew Grimwood, Andrew agreed with me. Battery-driven air pumps, so when the power goes out, it's a lifesaver. I agree, Andrew. And so, as I mentioned, Aqua has a great lithium-powered one. If you want to go real high-end, Cobalt has one. I think it's called the Rescue, and that one also is very, very good. And I think it's 48 or 72 hours on one charge of battery. So, I mean, there are people who are moving long distances, and they just drop that in there and it covers the whole drive. And it even has a USB. Both of them have USBs that you can just plug into. Almost every car after 2015 has a USB port, so you can run the pumps that way too. Carpetman. When I got a submersible pump for water changing, Carpetman, I'm with you. I found one that I had, and I'm going to be putting it into use, and a submersible pump. So there's one item that should be on the list. Bronx Bomber 72 Filter Floss and Purigen, both good products. Filter Floss can really help to clear up an aquarium, and if you want to give it a 1-2 punch, throw some Purigen in your filter and you'll have crystal clear water and fish floating in air. So what are your favorite products that you came across recently in 2022, or just in general? What are your favorite fish keeping products? Comment below. We all learn from each other on this channel. If you mention some products that I didn't come up with and I feel like I missed them and I want to include them and share them, I might just come up with part 2 on this video, or maybe include them in my Black Friday Christmas list video, which I usually release just after Thanksgiving. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope to see you on Saturday at the live stream, 11 a.m. Central. That's the Cichlids and Coffee live stream. And for those of you who'd like to support the channel, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell. We're almost at 50,000. And consider supporting the channel with a monthly support program called Patreon, and become a member of the Garage Gang. All the details are in the description, and some of the products I mentioned today, I'll include some links under the video, or you can find them at my Amazon store. Thank you, my friends. You're the best. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.